Previously in episode 1, Joke adopted Bisi as her own daughter because Bisi's father was late and her mother was too poor to cater for her needs. Joke and Yoke were married for more than 10 years, but there was no child in their marriage. Then Joke came up with a plan. Joke hooked up Goke, her husband, with Bisi, her adopted daughter. Bisi took in and birthed a beautiful boy named Idunu. Joke and Bisi fell out and their feud escalated within months. Along the line, Joke got pregnant too, and with Goke's help, they sent Bisi and Idunu packing with considerable sum of amounts of money for her to begin again outside their house. The big question remains, what will now become Bisi and Idunu's fate? Welcome to episode 2 of The Son Who Ate His Father. Bisi moved on with her life and raised Idunu on her own as a single mother. At first, she went to live with her mother in the village, but when her mother died, she returned to the city. From the money she got from Joke and Goke, she rented an apartment and spent the remaining to start a business. Idunu was about 1 year old when Bisi was thrown out of Joke and Goke's house. Year after year, Idunu grew from strength to strength at every stage of his life, from a toddler to adulthood. As Bisi watched his group, she made it a point of duty to poison his mind against her former benefactors and adopted family, Goke and Joke. Bisi was so angry that she made up her mind to pit Idunu against his father, Goke, and his former godmother, Adejoke. Her version of the story was that she was the first woman who dated Goke. Then Joke came along later, and because she was rich, she snatched Goke from Bisi. Before she knew it, Joke and Goke got married and kicked her out of the house. Idunumi, she said tearfully to her son, Idunu. It's true that Joke adopted me because I didn't have a father, and my late mother was too poor to take care of me. So I moved in with Joke. Bisi told Idunu that it was after she finished her school that she met Goke, who fell in love with her, and she also fell in love with him. Then she got pregnant for him. Joke was jealous of their relationship because she was getting old and no man came for her hand in marriage, so she snatched Goke from Bisi and married him. Although the newlyweds allowed Bisi to have Idunu, they later evicted her from the house because she was from a poor background and there was no one to fight her battles. But Bisi failed to mention the money that Goke and Joke gave to her. She lied that people from outside took pity on her after Joke and Goke threw her out of their house and they donated to raise a business capital for her. My son, Idunumi, never, ever have anything to do with your father. Goke, he is evil and doesn't love you. His witch wife, Joke, is his life. They both hate us so much. Don't ever have anything to do with that family. No, don't. She would say to Idunu. The bizarre story that Bisi told Idunu hardened his heart so much that he began to plot how to take revenge for his victimized mother against Goke and Joke. They moved on with their lives, BC worked hard to sponsor his education. Fortunately, he was brilliant enough to have won a scholarship for his university education. After his graduation, he went for his National Youth Service program and returned home after 1 year. By now, he was already 23 years old. When he returned home, his next plan was to start his revenge mission in full force. Goki must feel his wrath. Goki was the director of a large multinational company in the city close to where BC and Idunu resided. Idunu researched about the company and applied to it for a job. Luckily, he got an interview invite. When he got there, Goki was among the interview panelists. That would be the first time Bob's son and father would be meeting face to face after over 20 years of separation. Goki recognized him and the name Idunu because BC didn't change Idunu's surname from Goki's despite her beef with him. Goki asked Idunu to see him after the close of work. When the company closed business for that day, the two men met outside and reconciled. Goki wept for joy because he met and linked up with his son in his lifetime since BC went away with him more than 2 decades earlier. Thank God, thank God. Oh, my son. Idunu, is this you? Oh, my son. Ah, thank God. I thought I would never set my eyes on you ever again. Oh, my son. Ah, thank God. Thank God. Ah, Idunu, is this really you? Oh, Goki exclaimed as he cried bitterly. From that day, Idunu and Goki became inseparable. Goki ensured that his son got the job into the company. Then he asked Idunu to come and live with him in his mansion. Goki explained to Idunu that Joke, his former wife, died during childbirth, and since then he had been living alone. Idunu was the only family he had. Goke's own version of the story that involved BC and Joke was the truth. He met BC when he was about to marry Joke. He took BC as his own daughter because of the love he had for Joke, her godmother. But after over 10 years of childlessness in marriage, Joke persuaded him to sleep with BC for a chance to have a child.